Hi guys, George Palaio. Today I want to talk about why you need to double down when you're winning. So I was doing a training for my agents in the office and I said, guys, typically we hit a goal and after we hit the goal, we plateau, we kind of get comfortable a little bit, and then after a plateau, there's a decline. And that's kind of the stages of it. So if you could just analyze where you are right now, are you in a growth phase? Are you in a plateau? Or are you in a decline? And so I was trying to teach the guys how they could avoid plateaus and declines. That requires you to be multiple moves ahead. And so we typically have one goal of we know what we want, and then we get to that goal, and again, we plateau. So if you need to avoid plateauing, you need to be multiple moves ahead. I'll talk oftentimes of identity, the concept of identity. Who are you, as a person? What do you expect in your life? Do you expect to be in shape? Do you expect to have nice things? Do you expect a nice home? Do you expect a great marriage? Do you expect people to respect you? Do you expect for you to be viewed as a leader? Do you expect that you're going to be successful? How do you want people to interact with you, right? That's your identity. And there are things that maybe you want for yourself, but currently you don't have. And there's an incongruency. Man, I really see myself as this really successful person, and while I'm making great money, I'm not in the best of shape, right? And the problem there's conflict because your identity, right, is here, but what you're actually doing and the results that you're getting is maybe lower than that. And so now there's conflict. And so what do we typically do, right? We're either going to lower that identity to accept the things that we don't want, or we're going to be honest enough to say, I really need to change so that my results match my expectations, that the outside matches what's on the inside. And if you know anything about change, it always starts from the inside. I would hear things like that and I would think that people were motivational. And I was like, yeah, that's really motivational. But you really understand that how you see the world is really what you're seeing. It's based on your own belief system. And that takes a lot of personal development and analysis and coaching and mentorship and events and conferences and things like that to really fully evolve. It's not something that we're taught in school or in the workplace or in the business world. You kind of got to go on this journey of personal development. And so I was teaching our guys that I often see that after they hit their goal, there's a plateau, then there's a decline, then they're frustrated, then they say, man, I'm going to change again, and they go on this journey, and then there's a plateau, and there's a decline, and we're trying to avoid that. It's kind of a start-stop mentality, and what does it require? It requires you that while you're winning, to still be doing even more personal development, more planning, more strategy meetings, more goal-setting meetings for that next goal, not the one you want next, but number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Because the only way you could stop from plateauing is that you're constantly recreating your identity and setting new goals so that you don't stop and you don't allow the result that you're getting to stop you from growing. What does that mean? Maybe you make $100,000, you've never made $100,000 before. And you're like, wow, I never thought I was going to get here. See, there was work that you did to get to that $100,000. Maybe you came early, maybe you stayed late, maybe you were more effective, maybe you stopped wasting time, maybe you hired staff, maybe you got software, maybe you got partners, maybe you sought coaching. There was something that you did to get a result that you had never gotten before. And so you get to that 100,000, and because you exceeded your expectation, I hoped to win, but expected to fail. I hoped I'd get there, but I didn't know if I was really going to get there. Because you exceeded that expectation, you stop recreating yourself. And you think that the things you did to get you there will sustain that. See, it's the energy that you put into that journey that got you that result. And when you stop putting energy into the process, you're going to stop growing. And eventually, you're going to decline. And so how do you avoid that? Have the next. When you go from 50,000 to 100,000 and you're saying, man, this is working, I never thought I was going to get there. Well, man, if you were able to go from 0 to 100, what's stopping you from going to 1 million? What's stopping you from going to half? What's stopping you from going to a quarter? So what you need to do is you need to ask yourself these questions. This is what I do often. George, what does the $1 million earner George do that the current $500,000 earner doesn't do? That helped me get to my $1 million of income at 33 years old. Now I'll ask myself, George, what does the $2 million earner do that you don't do? Now, I usually had one level ahead. I'm reading books nonstop right now. I'm seeking personal development, attending conferences. I'm on a growth journey to max out what my capacity is. It's changed from goal, I want this goal, to what is capacity. And when you start seeking capacity instead of just chasing a goal, capacity has no limit. Then you get addicted to the journey of recreation. And you understand that it's not just about money, but the money is a byproduct of the value that you create along the way. At one point, you were just seeking the money. Now you understand that what you really need to do is just go add value to everybody and everything you do. And when that changes, guys, you start to understand that you are unlimited. There's no limit to what you can accomplish in life. There's no limit to how much progress you can get better. There's no limit to how much you can improve as a human being. And that's exciting because you start to understand the process, right? What is it really about? There's this goal, right? What do I need to do to change? What do I need to do to get there, right? Where am I now? And you start being able to assess yourself along that journey. And so I'll always ask myself, while our next is 2 million of income at this time, and we're currently at 1.5-ish, right? I'll ask the question of, what does a $3 million earner do that you don't do right now? What does the $5 million earner do that you don't do right now? What does a $10 million earner do that you don't do right now? And do you believe you're worth that? See, that's a real question that you got to ask yourself, because you're getting in life what you truly believe that you're worth. And if you believe you're worth that, then your actions, your behaviors, your thoughts, your energy is going to match what it takes to get that. So it's not this entitlement. It's not false expectation. It's not false hope. It's not just, yeah, it's going to happen without anything happening, without you changing. It's not that. You start to understand that there's a process of growth, and then you just get, it's the most addictive thing I've ever experienced is this journey of recreation, because it doesn't have an end. And you don't know what's happening tomorrow. You don't know what opportunity is coming. We recently had somebody reach out to us that said, hey man, I want to put you on my channel. And they got 1 million subscribers. And man, I really want to connect with you. And let's network. Let's grab lunch, right? And hey, you know what, man, I want to introduce you to this guy. He's a podcast guy. Hey, I want to introduce you to this comedian. Hey, I want to introduce you to CEO. You have no idea what happens along this journey of recreation. It's so exciting. You'll be pulled into projects that maybe you have no idea. Hey, I want to introduce you to this rapper. Hey, I want to introduce you to this. Hey, I think this could be this opportunity here. You don't know what's coming your way when you go on this journey of recreation. So the challenge to you, right, the subject of the video, make sure that while you're winning, you double down, meaning that you give more and you recreate your identity so that you can avoid a plateau and a decline. I hope this adds value to your life. Not just your business, but to your personal life, to every goal that you have, marriage, family, health, business. Life is about dominating in all areas, and there's always a next. Go get it.